Hi, Capricorn. This is going to be your August 2020 predictive forecast. It is good for the sun, rising, or moon sign of Capricorn. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's not a personal reading meant for just one person, so it may not resonate with everyone that watches. It will resonate with whomever needs it the most. Check your rising, moon, or Venus sign if this doesn't resonate for you for August. You could find messages there. If you want a message to resonate with you 100%, book a private reading with me. The link to my website to schedule is in the description below. Let's get into it for you, Capricorn. I can see that August is going to be an interesting month for you. When I was meditating on your sign before starting the reading and getting all your cards to drop out, I heard some interesting messages. And I think what August will be about for you, Capricorn, is not repeating old cycles and learning how to work through changes and create new patterns in your life, despite feeling somewhat uncomfortable with change. I can see that with the medicine wheel here in reverse and reliving the past, and timing being an issue for you in romantic relationships and some stress involved, that some of you are really trying to break some patterns. The first thing I saw were the words, let's make it work. I think that August will be about a lot of juggling and shifting this month, trying to move things around and create a lot of balance in your life. And I think that it might start to stress you guys out. So hopefully you can use this message to really make some corrections to make life less stressful for you. I know that you want wish fulfillment and total alignment, but make sure that's not at the expense of yourself. First of all, I do see a lot of creative activations for Capricorn in August, in particular in regards to career projects and around the house, and even in relationships. Allow for this for sure, but not at the expense of your self care and self love. I think that based on what I see in the cards and based on what I was hearing and feeling during meditation, some of you are struggling to embrace a new pattern of thinking or living. Just keep at it. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. It won't, new ways of thinking, new patterns in relationships, and new patterns in the way you think about something and execute things in your life doesn't happen overnight. It does take practice. So I saw that some of you are really struggling with new patterns of thinking and being. And just remember that it doesn't happen overnight. I also get the feeling that some of you might be over intellectualizing or trying to rework an old pattern and trying to find a way to make it work better in the future or in the present moment. That's why I kept saying, let's make it work. And I saw someone juggling and juggling and juggling until they kind of dropped all the balls, thinking that this is how it has to be. This is what I can do. I can make it work. I can make it work. Just remember that not to take breadcrumbs, and maybe you can make something work out for yourself and make the best of a situation. Just consider your motives and the motives of others as well. What came out of my Illumination Oracle deck was kind of heavy and intense. I got secret, inadequate, and reliving the past. So this could be applied to any part of your life. I think it might have a lot to do with relationships. I think that you may be in a situation in August where you're having a hard time moving on from the past. And that was that intellectualizing thing I saw where you're trying to rework and restructure an old pattern that's from the past that needs to be left in the past. I think that it's making you feel inadequate, and it might even be forcing you to keep secrets, or someone is wanting you to be a secret in some way. And I was like, gosh, that's harsh. So hopefully that will help you guys move forward. You may be asked to be a secret or keep secrets. This may make you feel inadequate, and it has to do with the past. Let go of the past and let something new come in. Allow for creativity and new patterns. You may or may not be able to make something work out, uh, that's an old pattern, unless you just over rationalize or over intellectualize it and just take breadcrumbs and just make the best of a situation. How can you make the best of a situation that makes you feel like you have to keep secrets and makes you feel inadequate? Definitely let that go and get out of the past, because the medicine wheel came out. This is the Wheel of Fortune and the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. The medicine wheel and the wheel of fortune is about expansion and change and playing out your destiny and karma. I always want to see the wheel of fortune in the upright, which is this energy of Sagittarius and Jupiter, being able to tolerate the ups and downs of life. The wheel of fortune for me is about stress tolerance. There will be lots of ups and downs. There will be major changes, but it's about being at a real turning point in your life and trying to break old patterns and allow for new ones to come in. When it comes in the reverse, we struggle with this. I see you guys trying really hard to break an old pattern, but you or someone you're connecting to might really resist change. Now, it is Saturn, which is Capricorn for you guys, but this is a resistance to change. It's about feeling uncomfortable with change and even feeling a little powerless and having a hard time tolerating the ups and downs. Just keep in mind that you can only rework and over intellectualize a situation so many times before you realize I'm feeling inadequate. I feel like I'm taking breadcrumbs. Can I really make the best of a situation if it's not bringing me change and expansion? So, again, you might be able to make the best of a situation in August, but only if you can break old patterns and consider your motives and the motives of others around you, for sure. In regards to romantic relationships or friendships, close family, friends, or romantic relationships, I got trust and not the right time. Not the right time has been coming out a lot for relationships of all types, partly because of what's happening in the world. The world has ground to a halt in so many ways. So you might have to tell people in your life, or others might be telling you, timing is a problem. It's not the right time. It's not the right time. It's not the right time. And that's that wheel of fortune in reverse. So consider timing, just allow for change and timing to come into play. And the situation is calling for you to have trust. Trust first and foremost in yourself. Your guides are saying to you, in regards to an important relationship in your life in August, do you trust the person or the situation? Can you trust yourself? Can you trust them? It might simply be a matter of it not being the right time for something. But I think that the timing may come into play for you because it will give you a chance to have more clarity and to determine the purpose of a relationship, Capricorn. You got three major arcana cards as your advice from the tarot. This is my new transparent tarot deck. The cards are transparent and you can layer them, which is really neat. You got the Chariot, Temperance, and the Sun. So Cancer energy, Cancerian energy, Sagittarius energy, and Leo energy. Your advice from your guides for August is keep your hands on the wheel. Be accountable for the direction you're going in. Some of you might be traveling, moving, wanting a new car, wanting to move forward. The Chariot is about forward motion towards victory, towards success. You will need to be determined. You will need to determine the direction you're going, and you must be accountable for it at all times and move forward, not backwards. And with Temperance coming out, there will be alchemy. Temperance has us determine the purpose of a relationship or the purpose of our own lives. When temperance comes, we must practice moderation and not excessiveness. We must not run hot and cold. We must allow for peace and calm in our lives. And this comes from not being excessive and determining the purpose of where we're going with Temperance and the Chariot and the Sun. Operate out of a place of clarity. The Sun is vitality, warmth, a breath of fresh air, everything being out in the cold, hard light of day. When we are accountable for the direction we go, we determine the purpose, we move towards situations where there's peace and calm and perspective, and we operate from clarity. We do not have to be a secret. We do not feel inadequate. And we definitely do not relive the past. So these pieces of advice will help you move forward. Determine the direction you're going and go there. Operate with clarity and in the sunlight, not a secret or vagueness and in the moonlight. And do not be excessive. Practice moderation and determine the purpose of where it is you are going, for sure. At the center of it all for you in August, Capricorn, is the Four of Wands, but it came in reverse. The Four of Wands is about a homecoming. It's about stability. It's about a structure or a foundation. Some of you are moving, relocating maybe. It is about relaxation and celebration and joy and peace and harmony and having a stable foundation. In the reverse, You will be focused more on inner harmony and personal celebrations, but you may be in somewhat of a transition and there may be a conflict with someone else in your life. You have this stable foundation here, but there might not be another person in it. I think that timing is coming into play for you to give you time to figure out if you can trust yourself or a person in a situation, and you're not just trying to make something work because it's difficult for you to create a new pattern and you just want to play out an old pattern. I think that's what this is about for you. It's a necessary transition. The catalyst for everything this month for August is the Knight of Pentacles. A lot of readers always read the catalyst card in the upright. I acknowledge the reversal, but the Knight of Pentacles, knights are not tied down. They have something to prove. They carve their way in the world. The Knight of Pentacles does not like to go far from the castle. He's hardworking, he's productive, he's routine, he's conservative. It's slow and steady wins the race, and it's a trusted energy. This is a good friend, this is a good employee, this is a good boyfriend or girlfriend, this is a hardworking, productive, true blue person. In the reverse, it suggests feeling stuck and maybe even bored and sort of going in circles in a situation. So make sure you finish what you start. Make sure you can set up a steady routine in your life. That will be a main challenge for you. Don't expect perfection and don't operate just because you with boredom. If you're feeling stuck in a situation, it might be time for a transition for sure. What's driving you? I have a King and Queen of Cups and a Page of Cups on the table here. So I almost see like a family dynamic. I always find it interesting when I have a queen clarifying a king or vice versa. I have the King of Cups in reverse, but the Queen of Cups. I also have the Nine of Cups here and the Lovers. So watch for excessiveness. Um, you might be in a situation where there in August where there is a lot of indulgence, possibly even with drinking, eating too much, drinking too much, an overindulgence of some kind. I see Divine Feminine really holding it together here and creating a very compassionate, caring, emotionally stable environment and being very intuitively in flow. This might be where you're very creative in a situation, but you might have a hard time with the mastery of it with the King of Cups in reverse. I see her looking down at him almost like, come on, get it together here. You might be picking up the slack for someone else to some extent, Capricorn. This queen creates a very loving, compassionate environment, but the King of Cups in reverse needs a lot more self compassion and is very in his feelings. So watch out for moodiness. Watch out for someone being overly sensitive, overly emotional, emotionally manipulative in some way, just really in their feelings to the point where they can't be diplomatic or balanced or compassionate anymore. You may be picking up the pace for someone or picking up pieces that someone else can't carry, and that will start to be a heavy load on you. I can see that if you continue to stay in that kind of situation, it's going to wear you down because this is the recent past with the Nine of Wands here in reverse and the Five of Cups and the Two of Swords, and it's going to cause stress moving forward. So make sure you're not telling yourself you can make something work if only between a partnership, only one of you is able to create that loving, compassionate environment. These could be parents, even with this Queen and King of Cups here. This is a married couple sometimes as well. In your past, I've got the Five of Cups, the Nine of Wands in reverse to the Two of Swords in reverse. I think, and they showed us this for a reason. I'll be honest, I see you guys in August getting in a situation where there's not a stable foundation and a good routine isn't being set up and something is just going in circles and being ground kind of to a halt because someone has not had very good boundaries and they were really worn down. You were in situations in the past where it was very disappointing and it really hurt your feelings and there was a lot of regret and failure even that you recalled. I think it was a situation that had you lower your guard and your boundaries. This could be a person I'm picking up on around you as well. I could be picking up on another energy where the Nine of Wands in reverse is where we struggle. We're overwhelmed to the point that we're defensive and paranoid. It also suggests chronic repetitive behavior patterns of not having good boundaries in a relationship. Somebody might have just not been able to withstand the tough times with you. This made you very disappointed in the past, and it resulted in a stalemate with the Two of Swords in reverse, where the truth was never really discovered or found. It was just information overload. You may still be in transition from that and recovering from it, being the Queen of Cups and letting this King energy go. So just keep in mind that you will have to do a lot of juggling and shifting. You will have to be creative, but don't try to rework this, because if you do, it really won't go anywhere productive. And I don't think you'll have a stable foundation in it. What your crowning thought is in August all the time: Ace of Pentacles to the Page of Cups in reverse. I love pages. Even in the reverse, they suggest something, that you need to explore and study something. Your guides are telling you, focus on something new. This is a new financial or career manifestation. This is grounded abundance, a start that will actually manifest into 3D. The 3D, all earth signs want this. Everyone does, but this is very much about your energy, Capricorn. But the Page of Cups in reverse doubts his own intuition. He's creatively blocked up. He can even be a little emotionally immature. The pages in reverse deliver no news or bad news sometimes. So watch for feelings of vulnerability. Watch for others around you or you yourself having attention-seeking behavior out of a feeling of vulnerability. The Page of Cups in reverse has a new idea, but it is where we feel a little creatively blocked up and vulnerable. Your guides are saying to you, it's okay to be vulnerable, but reform your emotional ideas and find your emotional curiosity. It's definitely time to start something new in your life that will manifest into abundance. But the situation might be calling for you to have trust. If you don't have trust and you feel like you can't set up a good routine, and you're not having the emotional mastery, it's just because you're really in your feelings this month. Ask yourself why. I see a lot of emotion here for you, and having a hard time taking your emotions and practically applying it in a way that will be productive for you. I know this Knight of Pentacles in reverse drives you guys crazy. All earth signs want this Knight of Pentacles in the upright. Hardworking, productive, routine, conservative approach. Moving out of August into September, the prediction is the Ace of Wands in reverse to the Nine of Swords in reverse. So I think they really want you to get grounded and not doubt your intuition and have a new idea, because there will be some things that you need to release before you can manifest something that has a lot of growth potential. The Nine of Swords in reverse is about inner turmoil. Something was a bloody nightmare. So I do see you guys working on releasing some stress and tension moving out of August into September. But the Nine of Swords in reverse is where we face our deep-seated fears. We look at secrets that we keep and secrets that others keep, and it's about trying to release worry. You do have an ace coming in. This is inspiration. It is new opportunity, and it is passionate growth potential. But in the reverse, it's kind of a false start or a non-start. There are distractions. There is a delay. There's just a lack of direction. I think once you release whatever you're stressed out about and you go through this transition and you find the thing that you feel emotionally, intuitively drawn to, this Ace of Wands will flip right into the upright and you'll release this worry. But with the Nine of Swords in reverse and the Eight of Swords here, I would really listen to the advice of your guides. You really might be playing out a pattern that you're meant to break as opposed to rework and make it work. Don't over intellectualize it. I can see that that's what some of you are doing. It's only going to stress you out and trap you in a victim mentality. I find it interesting that the way you see yourself is the Nine of Cups to the Lovers. This is a very indulgent feeling. I kind of see, I won't sugarcoat it for you guys. I see you stressed out about a situation because you're thoroughly convinced it's heaven here on earth. You see yourself as having a wish come true and having a lover. This is Gemini energy. The Lovers is about relationships and harmony and total alignment with a person. And Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. But this is a very indulgent energy, having it all. So I see you guys wanting to have it all in a situation, but I don't know that you'll be able to set up a really productive routine. This might be a very indulgent cycle that you've played out previously from the past. How can it be a wish come true if it's a secret and it makes you feel inadequate? Really ask yourself that question. Very much so. You can't have your cake and eat it too. I see it not really going anywhere, and not everyone is on board in the situation. There could be some triangulations happening as well, and some immaturity on someone's part around you. I would get out of that energy. It might be stressing you out. In your environment, I have Justice, the Five of Swords, and the Four of Cups in reverse. Who the hell is this? You could be dealing with a Libra or a Scorpio here. This person represents justice. This could be a Libra in your life. This could be someone married. This could be about a contract. This could be about a court of law, something going down in court. If you do go to court at all in August, justice will be served. There will be a fair decision made, but you'll really have to weigh the cause and effect about this person or this situation. This person wants justice. They want balance. Again, this person could be going through a legality. They could be married. They could be a Libra. The way they feel about you is the Five of Swords. This person will fight with you or for you. I like the fives in the upright. It means this person cares and they're willing to fight through change. But their action towards you is somewhat of a stagnancy. So even though it probably feels amazing with the Lovers and the Nine of Cups, make sure you don't get into a situation where, how can I put it, where someone is not entirely balanced and you're not operating out of just this desire to have it all in the moment, because someone really will fight through the changes with you, but their reasons for it might be simply so that they're not experiencing stagnancy in their life. So watch for that as well. The way you're feeling, I have two knights here on the table. I would work to get them to the into the upright. This seems very, I think you're going to be in some relationships and some situations where you can't really set up a good routine and it's very intermittent. Your hopes and fears for August: Two of Wands in reverse, Knight of Wands in reverse. So this is where we're in a situation, either you yourself or someone around you, where it's very on again, off again. The passion is intermittent. With the Two of Wands and the Knight of Wands in reverse, I see a situation that you might be fearful won't align with your personal goals, and you don't have much of a plan on, and you don't have a lot of passionate drive for it that's consistent. I'm seeing on again, off again, in particular with relationships or consistency towards something you're taking action on in your life. What this will leave you on is the Eight of Swords, where you feel trapped in a situation. This is the last thing I want for you. I've been watching Capricorn very closely for the last couple of months, and I felt like you guys have made a lot of progress. But I think I was surprised that the devil didn't come out. I think you're being kind of tempted into a situation to replay a pattern because you think if you fight through the changes, you will have balance, you will have justice. But I got to tell you, when the wheel comes out with justice, this is karmic justice being served. One way or the other, you or people you're dealing with will be forced to acknowledge and examine their patterns. When we focus on the right things for the right reasons, our justice and our karma is good. When we don't break patterns and cycles, we get served justice, and it's a karmic thing. So make sure you're breaking out of old patterns, because I see what's happening is you might get stuck in your head and overthink something. It's all in your head. You're definitely not the victim in this situation. What I always say about the Eight of Swords is you thought your way into it, you can think your way out. Ask yourself why there's so much stress, why you're not able to create a better pattern for yourself where you can be productive. Because once you can do that, you will be able to set up a pattern that produces a productive routine. It won't be a passion project. It won't be on again, off again. You will be able to invest in the future the way the Two of Wands will. Yes, it feels good in the moment, but it will only land you on feeling the stress and stuck in your head. So keep all that in mind, because I don't want you guys feeling like this in a situation. You might feel really stuck, and it very much has to do with the past and some inadequacies that you're having a hard time breaking away from. Don't keep secrets or let anybody else make you a secret. I think overall, the best thing to do is to take the advice that your guides gave you from the tarot. Focus on the new, reform your emotional ideas, address any feelings, and radically accept any emotional broken dreams that you're having or creative blocks. Let go of people in your life that just want to fight with you and serve their justice and are emotionally immature. You determine the purpose of where you're going with the chariot. Have balance and practice moderation. Determine the purpose. Drive your chariot towards peace, calm, and clarity with the sun. Do not hide in the moonlight. Operate in the sunlight. Move towards this vitality and warmth and a breath of fresh air. I think some of you are being called to move to a better situation, maybe, where there is total value alignment and it will be a wish fulfilled and a wish come true. I just think you guys are going to have to work through some stress and determine how passionate you are about it and maybe work towards setting up a better, more productive routine. So just keep in mind that, what I saw with making it work and trying to let go of an old pattern, if you've been telling yourself, I can make it work better this time, I don't know that that'll be true. I think you need to move towards a new pattern and a new situation and consider the motives of others around you. I think there might be something better waiting for you if you work a new pattern instead of working out or trying to rework an old pattern. I think it will just lead you in a karmic cycle. And I want so much more than that for you guys, Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. So that's your August prediction. This was a heavy one. This was the hardest of the earth signs. And I'm sorry for that. These are the messages that your guides wanted you to see. So I hope it helps you if it resonates with you. You can make all of this change. August hasn't happened yet. This might just be what happens if you sleepwalk through life. So hopefully this will help you guys move towards that wish fulfillment and those perfect aligning relationships. Just keep in mind you have choices and be grateful for what you have right now. Don't rework old patterns or live in the past. You want to expand. So I hope this helps you. I'm always listening to the universe for you, Capricorn. Take care of yourselves. I really love you guys. I'll see you next time.